Hello and welcome to Beard Power. Today we'll be discussing everything Vlookup, the logic on how it works, different ways on how to use Vlookup, some common data entry mistakes. Also at the end, we'll be looking at how to perform a Vlookup on a spreadsheet that has over 5,000 rows. And as always, you can use the timestamps in the description below and also the chapters on the bottom of the screen. This will give you info and context of the section that's being played and allows you to easily jump to that portion of video that you'd like to watch. As always, if you like this video, please like it. Subscribe for further content in the future. Click this little bell icon to all. That way you'll be notified when I make a new video. So we're going to look at the logic and do our first example of a VLOOKUP. So first you need to understand what is your question or your objective. My objective is to be able to type in a fruit name that will give me the price of that fruit. So I have the list of fruit on this side, the price, and price after taxes. So we can start off by clicking in F3 right below price. We'll go to the formula tab. Insert function. Best way to find it is just to type it in, VLOOKUP, press go, and OK. So you can see what pops up, a list of 4 different arguments. That's what these are. First one is lookup value, table array is the next one, column index number, and range lookup. We'll start with the lookup value. This is what you already know and what you're going to be looking up against. So in our case, we're going to use E3. We're going to be typing in what we know, so we'll put that in the lookup value. The next one is the table array. That is where we want Excel to look for that information. There's 2 ways we can do that. We can highlight that table, or we can highlight the columns. I'm going to use the columns to stay consistent throughout this tutorial. Now that we have our first 2 arguments, the third one is the column index number. This is asking us to pick a column. This is not asking us to pick column A, column B, column C. It's actually asking us to pick a number. The way this works is wherever your table array is, your first column is column 1, second column is column 2, and your third column is column 3. There's no direct correlation between the A, B, and C. If your table array was started at L, that would be column 1, M would be column 2, and N would be column 3. In our case, we want the price, so that is column 2. We'll put that in. And the last but not least, you have your range lookup. You have 2 options. You either can type in true or false. True is an approximate match, and false is an exact match. 99.9% of the time, false is what you want to go with. So I'm going to type in false. So we'll see if this works. We'll type in apples, and it gives you the price. We can try another one. We'll go coconuts, and it gives you the price again. So it works. We'll do one more example. So we'll go same way, insert function, VLOOKUP, it'll now be in your recently used. So the lookup value is again the fruit name, table array. This time we want price after taxes, so that's first, second, third column. So type in 3, go false, and it gives you the price after taxes. Next we're going to look at a slightly larger example for VLOOKUP. We have a list of full names without all the information required, but we were given in a separate spreadsheet that I've put into a different tab an update of all the information for those employees. So we can get all that information from this tab to this one by using VLOOKUP. So it's use the same route that we did last time. We'll go insert function, VLOOKUP. So we want to look up the full name. So we have our lookup value. Now we'll go click into the table array box. Now we need to go to the other tab. So we'll click employee list update, highlight the range that you want to use. And this is where it's a little bit more difficult because we can't see which number we need. But as you can remember, we want the employee number, so that's number 2. So type in number 2, false, press OK, and there you go. It shows us the number. So now if we want to copy that formula down, instead of having to do it all the way down, you just find this little cross, double click, and our formula is copied down. Now we're going to look at a different method on how to use VLOOKUP. A different way to do this is you can actually type in the formula, so VLOOKUP, and you can see it pops right up. So I'm going to double click that. You can see it gives you your 4 arguments separated by commas. So you still have your lookup value, comma, table array, comma, column index number, comma, range lookup. The VLOOKUP value is still the full name. Then you have to push comma. Then it goes to the next argument, which is the table array. So we know that's employee list update. Highlight that array. And we want the position. As you can see, that's 1, 2, 3 over. So we're going to go number 3. And then comma again. Type in false. Close your brackets. And press enter. And there you go. It gives you Anthony Darling is a journeyman. Find that little square. Double click your formula down. And a third way that you could use VLOOKUP, it's kind of the cheater version, is copying and pasting the formula. So as you can see the formula in here, you can copy that formula over, press escape, click into the next cell, paste that formula in, and now you have that formula all set up. So it's referencing A2, which is good, then the employee update list, and then it gives you the range, and the only thing that we need to change is 3 to 4. And there you go. Copy that down, and it's all good. The biggest thing you need to make sure is that your header names on both spreadsheets are in the same sequence. A to I, all of them are the same. They're all the same here. So you can continue doing the same thing. Copy, paste, change 4 to number 5. And all the way over. Now we're going to look at some data entry mistakes that can affect your VLOOKUPs. So first of all, if we wanted to do a VLOOKUP on this, we can use the same, go to the formulas, insert function, VLOOKUP. Again, we want to type in fruit name there. So we'll click that as the lookup value, the table array, which is here. We want the price to come back, so we'll go 1. And we want the exact, so you go false. Press OK, and it didn't work. Why it didn't work is because Excel works from left to right. So we require the fruit name, the one that we're typing in, to be the first column. So let's try that again. So we'll take that column, put it in its rightful place, and then we'll try that formula again. So VLOOKUP, we want this as the lookup value, comma, this is the array. You want the second one to come back, which is the price, so number 2, and type in false. Okay, and now it worked. Another common mistake is misspelling words, so we can type in banana, press enter. That didn't work. You go to our reference tab, and we have an extra A on it. Remove that A, press enter, and now it works again. Very similar, but slightly different mistake is typing in the wrong symbol. So if we could type in star fruit with a dash, it won't work. That's because the one in our reference list is actually with a underscore. If you type in underscore, it will work. And the last one I have to show you is what happens when there's duplicate values. So we'll type in peaches. You'll see it comes up as 260, but we actually have a second row that has peaches in it. That's 280. The price has changed. You need to make sure that you delete the earlier version. That way it will give you the proper price. So the way it works is the VLOOKUP takes the very first value that it finds with that name. Before we move on to the 5,000 plus row VLOOKUP, I want to say thank you for watching. If you like this video, if you have any questions on VLOOKUPs, or you have any suggestions on my next video, please comment in the comment section below, or you can get a hold of me on my social media in the description below. Alright, for my last example, I'm going to use an isometric log. Consists of ISOs and their revs or revisions. Every week I get a isometric update with the latest revs. I don't want to look at these on an individual basis because there's almost 7,000 rows, so I'm going to use a Vlookup. Gonna drag that formula down. There you go, gives you the updated revs. Again, I don't want to go line by line, so a good way to indicate if there has been a change, you can go equals B2 the previous week equals C2 the current week. Press enter, and this tells you that this cell and this cell are the same. We'll drag the formula down, and you'll see we have a false here. That means that there's a change between cells. So we have Rev 2 the previous week and Rev 3 this week. So we can change our filter on this. Filter for all the false. Highlight the column, and you can see in the count on the bottom right that there is 1,623 revs within that 1 week. Thank you for watching. Hope you found this helpful. In following tutorials, I'll be discussing HLOOKUP, XLOOKUP, and some more advanced options with VLOOKUP. If you want to see those videos and much more, please subscribe and have an excellent day.